What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 89 of the Rise to Glory, here with Gibraltar Apex. And today I have for you guys the conclusion to our Champions League group stage campaign. Today we are going to be taking on Manchester City, and then we are going to be taking on Inter Milan. Worth noting, last episode I talked about a scenario which isn't actually going to happen, and the reason it's not going to happen is because today we're not playing Inter, who I thought we were playing. We are actually playing Manchester City in the first game. As a result, I mean, if we lose this game to City and then Inter and Barcelona play one another and one of their teams win, we're going to be in third, and there's going to be a lot of pressure going into that last game against Inter to potentially try and beat them to secure ourselves a spot in the knockout stages. Either way, we're going to get into our first game here. It's against Manchester City. Just a few games to tell you guys about real quick, but nothing too interesting here. We beat College Europa 7-0 and then Glacis United 11-0. The actual big bit of news really between these games was the fact we had an international break, and in that break, two of our players made their debuts for Gibraltar, which was really cool to see. The first one, Romero, 2 caps for Gibraltar. Now he will be the first choice goalkeeper for, I guess, the foreseeable future, really. Good little goalkeeper. And the other player to start playing for Gibraltar, Danny Evans, the Ginger Ninja, the right back. So that's good to see. I believe the next player who's eligible to play for Gibraltar, if he decides to play for them, I guess, is Jay Marriott, this guy, the left back. Not far off now, I believe, being eligible for Gibraltar. In fact, as you can see here, just 29 days away. So that's something to potentially look forward to. It will be interesting to see if he decides he wants to play for Gibraltar. Anyway, looking at our team for today's game against Manchester City, a few injuries, a few bits and pieces going on. JJ currently out injured, but coming back to full fitness in 3 days. He's going to be on the bench in case. Paul Smith, the Australian, didn't beat his battle to get back to fitness. You can see he's still struggling on condition and match fitness. Fortunately for us, however, at left back, or left mid rather, we now have Henderson who can play here. He was injured previously when Smith was suspended and injured. But he's back to full fitness, Henderson, and he's actually a player I've been training to play in left mid, and the reason I've been doing it is because I think he could be a very good backup player there. You can see he's left-footed as well, which is really nice, and he has the makings of a good winger, really, I guess with the exception of perhaps his crossing. Either way, a good player to have as an option there. In terms of the actual team for today's game, nothing too crazy going on. Young in goal, Almeida, Helmes, Freire and Evans make up our back four. Midfield is Henderson, Valverde comes in for JJ who's injured, Bouchard and then Cafe. And then up front for today's game we go with Russo and Oakley. Either way, let's get into this game. Going to be a tricky tie against Manchester City. I don't think we're going to play the attacking system to start. We are instead going to play our counter-attacking 4-4-2. But yeah, a bit of a big game, this one. Of course, last time we played Manchester City, we only lost 1-0. So we can definitely, I don't know, we can definitely kind of go toe-to-toe with these guys. It's going to be an interesting game, certainly, to see how it pans out. And if we can get a good win here, we put ourselves in a great position in our group. But, we can't dwell on things, I guess, too much just yet. We've just got to focus on ourselves. And unfortunately for us, Helmes injured immediately, of course, the loney centre-back from Chelsea going off. So Walter Del Sol, the Italian, going to come into the side. The 19-year-old, this is going to be a big game for him now. Not the best kind of mentally, I guess, as a centre-back, but he's a good centre-back. Pretty good athletically, decent in the air as well. Good jumping reach. And yeah, he is going to have to take the stage here after just 10 minutes. Not a sub that I particularly envisaged or wanted to have to do. To be honest, in this game, a draw would be quite a good result. Ultimately, we want to get to the Champions League knockout stages. So these last 2 games against Manchester City today and then Inter, they're going to be tough. Inter, 3rd seeds in the group, probably the most beatable of the teams in our group alongside ourselves. We beat them 5-1 previously, so we can definitely beat them, but I don't want to be relying on that game. I want us to put ourselves in a good position here, although Manchester City probing with the ball. Jose Gaia up to Milton, cuts inside, don't foul. He shoots Young with a nice save there. That was a shot hit with some venomous power. I can't even say the word venomous. Send help. Either way, they're on the attack again here. Ball whipped in Greenwood. Young this time holds on to it. Nice little bit of play by him in goal. And at half-time, it's going to be 0-0. It's not been a particularly exciting first half. But we're getting a job done. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. They get fired up. That's what I want to see. In terms of our team, who's performing well? Valverde's doing well at defensive mid, but he is booked. A little bit of a concern there. Players not really struggling too much for fitness just yet. Defensively, a few ratings perhaps a little bit questionable. Russo and Henderson and, well, Bouchard and Cafe not getting into the game yet. Really looking for the midfield to step up in this second half. Perhaps one of the reasons we're struggling thus far in this game. Part of me almost wants to play the 4-4-2 attacking and just go for it like we did against Barcelona. And actually, I think we're going to do it. We are. YOLO. as a philosopher once said. I don't think a philosopher ever said the word YOLO. But anyway, we have 34 minutes in this game. And the game's tight. No team's having clear-cut chances, and it might be a boring game, this one, but all it takes is one chance at either team to get their noses ahead. And, well, City building from the back here, but give away the ball. Cafe, Bouchard, options on ahead, tackled, but he comes away with the ball again. Oakley, Russo can't get to it, and now Felipe Anderson bring the ball forward for Manchester City. Options in the middle, ball whipped in back post, Sterling. Don't let him get the ball back in. Milton shoots, hits the post. Can we clear it? We can't. Felipe Anderson squeezes it in at the back post, and, well, the gamble that we took to go more attacking is not paying off right now. We are 1-0 down, we're at home, and I mean, there's a debate to say at this point I have to make some changes and we have to try and make something happen in this game. Russo struggled this game, we're going to bring in twos on for him. We have one sub left, and I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring on Paul Smith. Going to see if he can have an impact in this game, the left winger. Coming back from injury, of course, one of our big players, perhaps our best player. We miss him when he's injured. We miss him when he's not on the pitch, and we've missed him today. But alas, we're going to try and make something happen. Although City on the attack again, of course, with us going on an attack, we're going to be more susceptible. It was a nice run by Sharp there. Hit the woodwork in the end, and it was clear that maybe we can counter now. Probably not. This is probably the pointless end to a highlight. But I'm going to get my hopes up here as Cafe bursts down the line. And then the replay ends. Of course it does. 10 minutes left in this one. Still on the attack, still trying to make something happen here. And Sharp with the effort, Young with a nice save. That is a really pointless highlight to show me game, but I appreciate you showing me it. We'll go on overload. How long's left? What, 6 minutes? 6 minutes to try and make something happen. Let's see what we can do here. Just going to throw men forward, I think, at this point. We've got to try and make something happen. There is not long left in this game. 1-0 down, 6 minutes left. Let's see if we can just commit a few men forward, try and grab a late goal. It's going to be a monumentous achievement if we do it. It's going to be challenging. We are leaving ourselves more exposed at the back. And, well, there's only a few minutes left, and those few minutes are up. It's going to end here 1-0. We've lost to Manchester City twice 1-0. Big thing now is, what was the score in the Inter-Barcelona game? Because if it was a draw, we're still in a good position. And actually, looking at it here, Barcelona winning, it leaves us now in a situation where going into our last game against Inter, we could beat Inter and still not make it through, which is going to be bitterly disappointing if that's the case. But at the same time, we do hold a little bit of our own destiny in terms of if we beat Inter, we're guaranteed to finish third and go into the Europa League knockout stages. But either way, that Inter game going to be an absolutely massive one. Hopefully you guys will stick around for that. We're going to go into that immediately. It's 4 games away, in fact 3 games away. So yeah, I'm not going to dilly-dally. I'll be back, and hopefully we can, well, try and achieve Champions League knockout success for the 2nd year in a row. Okay, so it's match day. It's a big game. Be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous going into this, just because there's a lot riding on this one game. We take on Inter Milan. Looking at how kind of the group looks, you can see City guaranteed to qualify first out of the group. Ourselves, Barcelona and Inter fighting for this 2nd spot. Of course, Barcelona taking on City. We take on Inter, and, well, hopefully we can beat them, I guess. If we beat Inter, you know, we're guaranteed some form of European knockout football. I'd love it to be Champions League, but of course we need City to do us a favour against Barcelona. Either way, looking at our team and going into today's game, let's actually sort out our team. You'll see here, I have got the instant results skin on. I talked about this at the end of last season. I did it just to get through these games because I've got to go out immediately after this match. No pressure, Jack. This is going to define my mood for the day, this game, I feel like. In terms of the team, it's pretty good, but we have like a few players missing. Freire out suspended, Henderson out injured with a pulled hamstring. Yeah, still not 100% fit coming back from his injury. I mean, I look at this team, Oakley, Russo, Smith, Valverde, Bouchard, Cafe. It's still a very, very strong team. And in fact, I'm going to bring in JJ, I think, at defensive mid for us. I mean, it's a good team. And it's similar to the team we used last time we played against this Inter side. But it's going to be tough. The fact that we're away from home leaves me a little bit apprehensive. I think we are going to play the 4-4-2 attacking. And we're just going to see how it goes. Of course, Russo got a hat-trick in our last game against Inter. He's on loan from Inter. So, I mean, we're looking for him to give us a good performance here, really. Either way, let's just submit the team and get into today's game. Inter have been made favourites, which isn't entirely surprising, I guess. In terms of their team, we'll just have a quick flick through. They've got Alex Merritt in goal, got a few international caps for Italy as well in this save. They've got Jean here, French, 31 years old, good pacey striker, going to have to watch out for him. They've got this guy, Albaran, who is a Mexican player, quite good in the air. So they've kind of got that little and large combo in their kind of attackers. They've also got Sisto, who of course plays for Midtjylland in Denmark. They are a Danish team, aren't they? They are actually. I know my football. You can see he's played for Inter for a load of years. Not ever had amazing performances really. I'm hoping he can do well or not do well for us here and continue on with his kind of vein of form. At the back they go with Leandro and Diba. Diba here, Congolese centre back, good kind of speed wise. Not the best in the air though. Maybe we can take advantage of that. And then they've got Lindro here or Lindro. I don't know. He's Brazilian. He's okay again. Defensively, they don't wow me. So we'll see how we get on. Either way, we are going to play that 4-4 to attack. And they are playing a 4-4-2, but with kind of two defensive midfielders, which may be a signal of intent, I guess, from them. Of course, we are playing them in their own backyard at the San Siro, a stadium which we've played at a few times during this save and not done so well. Of course, previously when we've played here, it's been against AC Milan. But I'm hoping against Internacional here, we can get a good result. Of course, I should pause it at this point. And we should get the latest scores up, because we do need to pay attention to the other game going on in our group, which is City v Barca there. Of course, we are looking for City to draw really or win. If City draw or win against Barcelona and we win, we do go through because we'll be 1 point ahead of Barcelona. We're on the attack here. Oakley, Del Sol, the Italian centre-back with the effort, saved away by the keeper. It was a clear-cut chance. And so far in this game, we're doing okay. Now we have a set piece. Oakley, given to him by Bouchard. Now right back Evans, pushing forward. Cafe, Almeida, nice play, back post. Cafe is there, makes it 1-0, and at the same time Manchester City have gone a goal up as well in the 20th minute. Milton getting the goal there. And well, at the moment, we'd be going through in somewhat bizarre circumstances. Unfortunately, I believe our head-to-head and goal difference to Barcelona isn't that great. So if Barcelona were to, in fact, I don't know why I'm saying this because it doesn't even matter. I was going to say if Barcelona draw and we draw, but actually the only scenario where that really matters is that we have to win and Barcelona can't win. If Barcelona win, we can't go through. If we win, you know, like we're through basically, unless Barcelona win. And as I say that, they actually get a goal and it's now 1-1. We are still going through in the group. I should probably just have the league table up, shouldn't I, for clarity. But you can see we'd be 1 point clear of Barcelona if they were to draw and we were to win. So actually the head-to-head is impossible to come into things here. Of course, we beat Barcelona 1-0 at home and lost to them 2-0 away. Either way, good first half performance there. Pretty pleased with how things go. 1-0 up here against Inter. Good performances pretty much by the entirety of the team. Bouchard on a booking is a little bit concerning. Oakley had a bit of a half chance towards the end of the first half there. Didn't take it. It's taken a little bit of a knock on his rating. You can see here though, Barca, of course, that is a game to keep an eye out on, because if Barca win, we can't do anything. We'll just shrug our shoulders and say, well, we tried. Ultimately, it would be kind of on ourselves, I guess, if we don't go for it. It would be our own fault. Anyway, 54 minutes here. Inter on the attack, but Bouchard says no and intercepts. Now can we build down this right side? We can. Oakley with pace. Breaks free. Options on ahead. Options in the middle potentially. He's on his own. Has an effort. Merritt with the save. Looking at the stats in this game, it's a really even game. Inter, you'd think they're going to start throwing a few more men forward here, trying to chase the game. Part of me wants to go on defensive, but the other part of me thinks we're creating chances on attacking. We've not had any opportunities against us on attacking. Let's just stick with what we know. Almeida with a knock. Going to take him off the left back, I think, when the ball next goes out of play. Although we are on the attack here. Bit of a questionable bit of play here. Although, I mean, Almeida is injured. He whips in the ball though, and Oakley's there to double our lead. Almeida, you can come off now. Jay Marriott, an option that we have. In terms of elsewhere, the whole team's kind of playing okay. I'm going to keep things as they are. We're 2-0 up in this game. We're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. But now we just stare at that Barcelona game, knowing that we can't afford for Barcelona to beat Manchester City at the Etihad. That is now a big game to just keep your eyes fixed on. There is 30 minutes left in this game. I'm nervous. This is when I hate FM. When it's one of these games where you've got a billion different, windows open. You're looking at all the different scenarios. They're playing out in your mind. It's when I don't like FM. It's when you know it's crunch time. And, well, it's crunchy time right now. And Oakley getting a goal for us to make it 2-0. I don't even know what it's crunchy time means. I don't know why we're watching that celebration either. I'm going to skip that. Still 1-1. 20 minutes left, and now City take a 2-1 lead. So suddenly, well, we just have to hold on to what we've got. But Inter on the attack here. Del Sol, nice header by the Italian. Bouchard in the centre of midfield to Smith. Russo, nice build-up play. Russo, of course, on loan from Inter. Gives away the ball, but Bouchard collects. Oakley, Cafe on the overlap. Can you whip in a ball of quality Evans? He whips it in. Oakley, Cafe is there. It's 3-0. That is probably game over right here and now. In this game, at least, with 20 minutes left. Barcelona still trailing by that goal, of course. A draw, not enough for them. And, well, Evans whipping the ball in. Oakley with the kind of attempt to get to it. Cleared away, but Cafe, the right midfielder, is there. And the Brazilian on loan from Valencia, he's absolutely loving it. He is having a ball right now. And, well, there's 15 minutes left in this game. We are 3-0 up. I mean, debatably, I should go on defensive right now. But I don't want to. I don't want to. It's not fun. It's not fun to play on defensive. Jean bringing the ball forward. Marriott, nice tackle. Number 5, take a bow. Helmes, the German centre-back on loan from Chelsea. And Scotter heads it over. And actually, I said that goal difference wouldn't come into it. It would have come into it if we drew and Barcelona lost. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going through. We're going to be in the Champions League knockout stage for the second year in a row. We achieved what the board wanted. It's been a pretty tough run. But ultimately, the thing that has got us through is the fact that we've not drawn and we've won 3 games. You know, you look at Barcelona and Inter drawing games, and even, you know, City to an extent. We've won and we've lost, and the fact that we've on 3 occasions we've got 3 points, it's put us in a great position. And we go into the knockout stage of the Champions League, which is absolutely fantastic. Cannot complain about that. Cafe getting the man of the match, a player who, if I'm honest, I'd love to sign permanently from Valencia. I don't know if it's going to be possible, unfortunately. But the right midfielder, he's just been so good for us over the last few years. And in this game today, he's come big for us. An 8.21 average rating for him in the Champions League thus far. I'm just checking when the knockout stage draw is for the Champions League, because of course we will now be in that. When is the first round draw? That's the question I care about right now. I assume it's not that far away. I assume. Let's continue a little bit and see if it appears on the calendar. Actually, it's not until next Monday, which is after the Europa Point game, which I don't intend to livecom. So you know what? We'll leave it on a cliffhanger, a mystery. You guys will have to come back to see who we get in the knockout stage. It's going to be a big game regardless. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It went down to the wire, but ultimately we put in a really good performance against Inter. And, well, 2 very convincing wins against Inter, 5-1 and 3-0, have secured us a spot in the Champions League knockout stage, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that's all from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this live com. If you did, smash the like button. It does help me out. If you've got any comments, leave them down below as always. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.